With Aya's event dead and gone, we head underground to a city full of Durange, which one could say is an ideal city. If your name is Posey or you're a Blue Archive player, this event comes with a relatively stacked roster, even if half of them are unbuilt due to my account still recovering from the Aya incident. But more importantly, on the team we have the mediocre goat himself, Stitch Canvas, who is a very punchable face and voice. This event also comes with a secret 7-star unit that has never been seen since, so come with me as I descend into the Duran city once again, and watch me as I attempt to avoid the authorities for alleged vehicular manslaughter. IC1 is as simple as it gets. This stage introduces the main enemy mechanic of just having a silly 100% dodge. This is the extreme version of when your alcoholic friend tells you they operate better inebriated. In the case of the Durans of this event, it is actually true as they dodge all your physical attacks with their drunk aplomb. Besides the constant misses appearing over the enemy's head, the stage goes smoothly because, well, it's the first stage of an event. IC2 introduces the boxing boys that get 100% dodge once their health gets below a certain threshold. This poses a threat since this stage has 2 lanes. However, I'm in luck for once since this event has blessed me with a defender. That only blocks 1, so actually never mind. Unectus gets overrun by the last big wave, leading to my first failure of this challenge. On my second attempt, I switched Gavial and Unectus' placement, hoping that the easier top side would do better for my defender with 1 block. The stage goes smoothly until Unectus' skill runs out and she gets stunned, letting 2 enemies leak right at the last moment. The snake again is the reason for my downfall. On the third attempt, I have the same placements, but I face Gavial up to make use of her pull on S2, and this works as intended. On the last big wave, Gavial takes too much damage, causing me to retreat Mr. Canvas and place a healer down. Gavial's skill barely comes up in the nick of time, but one slips past her before I can activate it. I get bailed out by Posey's typewriter taking down the Duran right before he enters the blue box. However, in my panic on the bottom side, I don't notice an almost no HP enemy slip by Unectus, causing me to lose again right at the very end of the stage. This of course is the snake's fault and not mine, since it's totally not my fault I failed to activate her skill, which would have prevented such a leak in the first place. Nope, not at all. On the next attempt, I do activate Unectus' skill, however a Duran slips through the bottom and I must watch as I read the word miss over the dumb Duran's head as he walks towards the blue box. This many failed attempts already and I'm starting to have flashbacks to DV2, and where that drastic measures will be needed to beat this stage. However, I decided to do something that 99% of EN players can't do, which is read. I read on how Posey's dodge ignore works, which just amounts to having enemies placed in front of her. With this new knowledge, I head into the stage again. Posey and Unectus are placed on the bottom, and Gavial sent up top. This works swimmingly because who knew, if you read on how your operators work, that would make things much easier. I finally beat the stage without having another DV2 incident. IC3 introduces you to the main gimmick of the event, the illegal operation of motorized vehicles that also have regulation breaking modifications. I set an early Elysium down to block and generate my DP, and then I let it rip and watch as innocent vacation going Durans get run over by my illegal vehicles that come equipped with modifications whose sole purpose is to injure. The secret 7-star unit takes care of the entire stage for me, and I earn myself a mission accomplished screen by doing absolutely nothing. We enter IC4. Now that I have obtained the best unit in the game, I commence Operation Roadkill and begin my reign of terror over these drunks. I let the cars do all the work as I kick up my feet and watch as the enemies are unable to do anything and stand there frozen. Oh, and Minimus holds the bottom side by himself because he's just that guy. IC5 could prove an issue, but guess what? Boom, cars. They wipe the floor and lane hold by themselves with Gavial as moral support. I use Posey to speed up their first wave, and then I again do absolutely nothing as I watch my illegally procured vehicles of mass destruction clear the stage. I take down the last enemy with Unectus the Useful. IC6 has a funky stage setup, but I employ the use of autonomous drones so as to not be held responsible for any bodily harm they may do. Gavial perishes halfway through the stage due to not paying attention, but it does not matter since the might of the cars will always reign supreme. IC7 is a stage that finally gives me a little bit of trouble due to its opening of 2 enemies in 2 lanes with no DP. I failed the stage twice since I can't get the units down in time to block both of them. I switch my opening to Posey and make use of her dodge ignore. She barely has enough time to activate her skill to take down the enemy in the far lane. This finally lets me get into the stage to set up a masterclass plan with my units. By that I mean I turn on the car machine and watch as I do nothing, and still win. IC8 is a bit of a tricky stage due to the big robots that I introduced some time back, but I didn't notice since my cars just kinda ran over everything. Luckily Gavial S2 with its extended range can deal decent damage to the Robro, and with the help of Posey take him down to make way for the cars. Things get a little spooky at the end with one of the big trucks making it past both Gavial and Posey, which require me to retreat my healer and quickly deploy Unectus the Useful to block. She's able to get her skill in time for the second truck that was approaching, and she fulfills her namesake by actually doing something for me, and she earns me the stage clear. We have quickly made it to the boss stage, which is no surprise thanks to the mechanics of the event. I opened the stage with intentions to use Elysium S2 to debuff the Minidrone and let Posey solo it, but I underestimate how quickly the boss comes out and he immediately explodes my low level Elysium, bringing my first attempt to a quick end. On my next attempt, the same thing happens with Elysium blowing up. I decide to start taking a support Elysium to better improve his survivability and increase his debuff with S2 and 3. With my now stronger Elysium, I try once again, placing a bait Unicties just in case. With the skill activated, Posy's only able to get the drone to half of his HP before it slips out of range. With the constant stuns in my units, I end up leaking, which brings this attempt to an end. On my winning attempt, I move Posy up so she can have more tiles to hit the drone. I place Minimalist to help, and so we can have some drone on drone violence in this video. As soon as the drone gets into range, I activate all the skills and watch as its poor HP just disappears into nothing. Once out of his drone, Minimalist boss version, it's quickly cleaned up by Posy, thus leading to a very quick and easy kill on the boss, and all that was left was to make sure no accidents happen with the rest of the mob enemies. Luckily, with the help of motorized violence, the rest of the stage goes as smoothly as the ones prior. In the spirit of a summer event, I achieved my mission accomplished screen without too much hassle and in a relaxed manner, a far cry from how most of these challenges go. That is another rerun completed, as well as another victory to add to the board. Ideal City was quite uneventful in terms of creative ways of beating the stages due to how strong the cards were. It gave me the quickest clear time of only around an hour and 20 minutes. I played around with the idea of doing it without the cards, but ultimately that would require an actual build team, and thanks to the Aya incident, my count is quite drained of basically everything. It would certainly be doable, just unfortunately the time and resources did not allow it to happen this time around. If you made it this far and liked the video, go check out the others within the series. They're all pretty fun. Thanks for watching, and till next time.